Welcome everyone to another episode of Guerreros Podcast. Today we have my special guest, life coach JESSEE, #1 international life coach, helping everyone from all walks of life to be able to get rid of those limiting beliefs. So life coach JESSEE, please just give us a little introduction so they know what you're about, man. I know I just introduced you, but let them hear it from your mouth, man.
Well, man, thank you so much for the honor of being on this podcast. I set the intention that when we were going to be here, that we're going to provide so much value on this podcast that you guys are going to want to reach out. You guys are going to want to ask for a part 2, part 3, part 4, etc. So a little bit about me, life coach JESSEE. I help people break through their limiting beliefs, and one of the things that I like about what I do is that I get to work with people one-on-one. Yes, I could facilitate trainings, hundreds of people, a crowd, and as far as companies, but I prefer the one-on-one because I get to be in the trenches with the clients, right? And this is what this episode is called, In the Trenches. What does it mean to be in the trenches? Listen, in the journey of success, in the journey of your business, you know, it ain't all rainbows and butterflies like people like to see it. And oftentimes people look at the people that they're like, wow, they want the results. They want the results, but they're unwilling to go through what they've been through. I coach people through the trenches where it's like, why is this happening? This doesn't make sense. They're doing all the work. When is things going to get better? Why is it this? And all these questions are bombarding. But see, the human mind has 60,000 thoughts on a daily basis. And what does that mean? Your thoughts influence what? Some of you guys know this. Your emotions influence your actions, and your actions results. So back in my day, there was something called rollover minutes. What does that mean? So you only get X amount of minutes per month after a certain time, whether it be 7 or 9 p.m., depending on the company, depending on your plan, you would get rollover minutes, and they would add up every single month if you didn't use them, etc. Well, the human mind has rollover thoughts. And what that means is that one thought leads to another, that leads to another, that leads to another. And if you hang around me often, that's why you always hear me say often, cancel that, cancel all of that, because don't give any power to certain thoughts. And what you focus on is very important. So when I work with clients one-on-one, what I like to do is get to know them. What is their mission? What is their goal? What is their vision for themselves? What are their limiting beliefs? And what are limiting beliefs? Limiting beliefs are thoughts, emotions, past events that have happened, things that haven't even happened in the future that people are focusing on that hold them back. So if you're watching this right now, ask yourself, what is holding yourself from taking it to the next level? And this podcast is specifically for people that want to better themselves, business owners, entrepreneurs, whether you just started, whether you're in the trenches, or whether you've achieved a certain level of success, but maybe you're empty. Maybe you achieved a certain level of success in an industry that you're not passionate about. Hey, if you keep on living a life that you're not passionate about, is it even worth living? That's something for you to ask yourself. So that's a little bit about me. That's a little bit of the intention for this. Make sure that you reach out to both Jonathan and myself.
Let's go.
What's your social media?
My social media is Guerreros.podcast, _Jonathan_Solis. You can DM me, message me on there. We'll definitely have a chat and figure something out for you.
Yeah, and mine's at Life Coach JESSEE on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Right?
And we'll make sure to add it on the video, so you can definitely find us much quicker.
Yeah.
Coach.
Yes, sir.
We've definitely been in the trenches.
Oh, for sure. Let's keep it 100.
You definitely got me out of some really deep freaking trenches out here, man.
Yes.
And on a personal level, I want to say thank you,
my brother.
Because let me tell you something.
Let them know.
Let me tell y'all something, man.
Yes.
This man has definitely broken the belief of me being able to go past a certain level, a certain mindset that I've had, right? Like he mentioned earlier, man, we have 60,000 thoughts on the daily basis. So what do we want to focus on? Do we want to focus on all those 60,000 thoughts? That's definitely going to be a waste of time, right? Well, what did we talk about? We want to make sure we focus on the things that give us the results. And if we focus on all those 60,000 thoughts, the only result we're going to get is no result at all.
It's all scattered. And the reason why I told him have his note, this is his journal that he's had through the coaching. Right. So he could flip through it and review call 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. And you could share some notes as we're talking here. Flip through it, and whatever stands out to you.
Oh man, they're in for it, man. They're in for it. Look at this. This is literally
breakthroughs.
I was about to say, these are literally breakthroughs, man. Look at this. page after page, coach calls, notes of how my day, how I want to plan out my day, my intentions.
Yes.
You know, my intentions are.
So let's start there. Let's start there. So one of the things that we talked about is taking inventory. All right. This is all these keywords are going to pop up on the video for you guys. So taking inventory is very important. One of the things I talk about, you guys may know it, some of you may not. It's the 80-20 rule, which means focus on the 20% that yields the 80% results. And hence, I just told you all the 60,000 thoughts on a daily basis. So when you focus 80% on the 20% actions, 20% of the people that when you're hanging out with them or talking to them, you're either inspired, you're with a new idea, you're having a breakthrough, or you're meeting somebody new at another level. It's like a motion creates emotion, right? And the thing about taking inventory is not a lot of people do it. You know, they do it for their business, but they have somebody else do it. Let me tell you something, when it comes to your life, when it comes to your business, it is best that you track your money. Listen, if you have other people counting your money, you have to divide by 4. And if you count your money, you multiply by 4. So it's up to you, man.
Let me tell you something about what I learned about intentions.
Yeah, there you go.
They're very powerful because you literally setting yourself to go and start the day off on the right foot.
Yes.
Right? You want to make sure that you start off on the right foot. Why? Because he also mentioned earlier, your thoughts, man. Once you get your thoughts, if you wake up on the wrong side of the bed, man, and the first thing you have is a bad thought, that thought is just going to lead to your to your emotions, right? Making sure, or not making sure, man, just influencing your emotion into something that's going to push forward into an action that's literally just going to give you a really bad result. So where do we start? Right, Coach? Where do we start? We gotta make sure that we start on the right foot, and that's by making sure that our mind is straight from the get-go.
Yeah.
You know, we don't wanna start on a bad note. And even if it's a bad day, you know, just cancel all of that. Yeah. Right? We're gonna cancel all of that because we don't want to start on a bad note. There's gonna be always way more bad things in this life than good things. So for me, my intention is always, you know, it's always a new intention, but for sure the main intention at the beginning of the day, getting out of bed, is get my prayer going, make sure that my thought and my mind is straight, because I with the family, with the business, with everything going on, man, we literally just drove 7 hours from San Francisco down to come and shake a hand with my brother out here, my coach, man. And so imagine waking up and be like, oh, I gotta go drive 7 hours. Like, you're already complaining, man. You're already setting yourself up for failure, right? So we gotta make sure that our intentions are definitely aligned with how we want to end the day. Right.
Now, all of this is sounding simple for some of you, and it's okay because it's easier said than done, because when you're in the trenches, trust me, you'll be there. That's the whole point of this episode, in the trenches. So setting the intention, right? What are you committed to no matter what, right? So the commitment will be tested, okay? It's very easy for people to get excited at the start of the day or at the start of something. But what happens when things are happening a certain way and you're like, well, what is this all about? This isn't part of your plan. When you have the intention, none of that really matters because you know where you're going to go. The other thing we talked about is what, through your notes, what stands out to you?
The other big thing is, who do I get to be today?
Oh, that's
who powerful. Do I get to be today, man? And let me tell you something. People can be self-motivated, or they could be focused, or let me pull one out, man, if I could pinpoint it out. But you can be wise or excited about what you're about to do through the day. But man, if you're really not on that same page of making sure that you pull through, because like Mike Tyson says, man, once someone gets punched in the face, man, they forget about the whole plan.
Yeah,
you know? And I'm not quoting it, but that's about along the lines that it goes.
Yeah, right? That's true. Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face, and that's the thing. I could talk to you as man plans, God smiles, but that's definitely good. Who do you get to be? See, oftentimes people operate from first they need to have it, so then they get to do it, and then they get to be it. First they want to have the $1 million, and then they're gonna go ahead and do what $1 million people do, and then they're gonna be millionaires. That's a dichotomy. It doesn't work that way. This is why you see people that win the lottery. What happens? They get the millions of dollars, then they do what millionaires do in their mind, which is what? Spend it instead of investing. And then they think they're gonna be millionaires or happy. No, most of the time they end up right back where they started, right? They gotta raise up the temperature. Okay, what does that mean? Ed Milet, for those that don't know, Ed Milet talks about it. You gotta raise up the temperature. So most people have a certain how do you say, like a certain temperature that they always get down to no matter what. So if they make $100,000, they naturally spend their way away until they reach back to what they're used to, because unconsciously that's what they're used to, living a life. So as soon as I arrived at this Airbnb that we're currently at, and it's true what he said, he drove out here, no sleep still, no nap.
Yeah, I went to sleep at 2 a.m. I did my work. Yeah. So no, this morning.
Oh, so he went. So check that out. Like, he's still here working. So I show up here, and I'm like, damn, he got this Airbnb that's amazing, phenomenal, man. Like, it's the real deal. What did he say about that?
It has to be better than what I have back home.
So you see what I'm saying? That's a level of commitment. And most of the time, people aren't willing to be that. They're like, oh no, first they gotta have it until they do it. If you keep on living that life, you're gonna get those type of results, and you're gonna meet people that do that. As of right now, he's been operating on the be, do, have. He's being relentless. He's being consistent. He's being persistent. He's being a man of faith. He's being just consistent in the sense of like, okay, this is what works. 80-20, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep investing in himself, keep investing in himself, keep investing in himself. Guess what's gonna happen? He's now meeting all these people that are at another level that want to do business with him, and then Albert Preciado said yes to being on your podcast, on his podcast. Okay, I'll say it again. So at the time of this recording, how many subscribers are on this podcast?
I
give or take.
I want to say about 100.
So 100 and some. Guess what? One interview that could be this one could yield X amount of people to share, and then the next one with Albert could yield X amount of viewers to want to subscribe. So I could see that within the next 24 to 48 hours of all of this happening, like, God could bless him with 1,000 subscribers like that, because my intention here is to come from a place of contribution. And what I've been realizing lately is it's important that you surround yourself with people with the abundance mindset. What does that mean? There's plenty of business for everybody. And then the other one is, if I'm winning, here you go. You win too. You know, we all win. Oftentimes people want to keep 100% of the pie. Well, then go do 100% of the work.
There you go.
Successful people get it off their plate and delegate, you know?
And to point something out earlier, you said that people are investing in the wrong places, right? And the one of the things I want to point out is you got to invest, or at least the high level individuals, what I've noticed is they're investing their time, which they don't care about money. Let me tell you, they don't care about the money, because the most important things to them is the time, right? So they're investing their time on getting coached, whether it be a life coach, business coach, whatever coach it is that they need. They're investing themselves so that they could grow and get their mindset ready for what's about to come, right? Because if we're over here, like I said, we're gonna be having that $1 million want, but we don't have that $1 million mindset. How are we supposed to keep it? Like I said, we're gonna drop it again to that level that we're so used to.
Yeah.
So investing in not necessarily in things that make you money, but on yourself. Literally investing in yourself is what's gonna bring you whatever it is that you want. So if you're gonna invest in anything, prioritize you. You are the health, you are the wealth. Okay, that's literally it, and that's why we're here with life coach JESSEE, because I'm investing my time with individuals that I know are gonna get me to that next level. You know, I personally know that I'm not gonna be able to go to that next level if I don't get coached through, whether it be the emotion, whether it be the want that I want, or the need that I need to get to.
Yeah.
Right.
And we've had a lot of conversations. It's in the trenches, you know. One of the things about being in the trenches is that, you know, I work with a lot of business owners, and how many of you watching this could relate, not just in business, but in your life, that you're a lone wolf, meaning you're out there hunting, but you're hunting by yourself. See, through this, when you're in the trenches, it's a wolf pack, you know, and all it takes is one. All it takes is one person to believe in you. All it takes is one person that you're able to pick up the phone and call, and it's like, oh, okay, like, man, it's all about speed. These high level people, they pay for speed. Okay, What are you going to learn? How is this going to take you to that next level a lot sooner? People pay for information so they don't have to make the same errors, because then it saves you time, it saves you money, it saves you a lot of other stuff that we're not going to say here. But man, like, surround yourself with people. And one of the things to understand is, listen, I wanna ask everybody here to comment below. Where are you at? Have you at least invested $10 in yourself, which could be a book? Mm-hmm. Have you at least invested in $100 in yourself, which could be a call or a workshop? Have you at least invested $1,000 in yourself, which could be X amount of coaching calls? Have you at least invested in $10,000, which could be coaching and mentorship? Have you at least invested for me, I say 40K. That's the most I've invested in the span of like 12 months. And let me tell you something, phenomenal results have happened. I'm surrounded with people that are doing investing 180K, 200K in themselves. And the thing is, being in the trenches, where do your thoughts come from? We come from small cities, come from the hood. We say the hood, but what does that even mean, right? But people like us, we weren't supposed to be here. By the numbers, we were supposed to be doing a bunch of other stuff. We're not going to mention it here on camera, but we weren't supposed to be here, but we are here. Why is that? I mean, God, number one, but like number two, could it be that we decided to invest? It starts with one conversation. It starts with somebody and somebody posting something about something inspiring. It starts saying like, hey man, if we keep, you're watching this right now, wherever you're at in your life, financially, personally, I want to say that you're not alone. And oftentimes people that are not investing in themselves, they don't know any better, but they also choose not to figure things out. And Kobe Bryant talks about it too, figure it out, figure it out. I mean, it sounds easier said than done. You guys might be going through something in your personal life, but figuring it out means you setting what? Setting the intention. We talked about it.
We just talked about it.
Yeah, man.
So, the other thing I want to touch bases, man, you said we got to work with speed, and that's that acceleration that we definitely need to move through things faster.
Yes.
Now, can we do everything ourselves? Most definitely.
Yeah.
How long is it gonna take us? How long is it gonna take us?
How long?
Let me tell you something. And I'm gonna just say quote. I'm gonna just say the quote, and I can't remember the name of the person, right? But he says, organisms, and I'll have my guy put it under there, the name of the person. But it says organisms that learn through trial and error alone get left behind by people who learn from other organisms' trials and errors. What does that mean? What does that mean, Coach? It means that you want to take advantage of the people that already been where you want to be. You want to take advantage of the knowledge that people already have to get you to that next level, man. You're gonna be saving time, money, headaches, heartaches. Literally, you're gonna be saving stress.
Yeah. You want to seize the day. I have a tattoo here. It says carpe diem, which means seize the day. It means go for it, seize it, right? And here's the wisdom to break it down as far as numbers, because I know some of you guys, when we talk numbers, we talk money here more and more. So when money meets experience, the experience gets the money and the money gets the experience. Break it down one more time for you. When money meets the experience and experience meets the money, the experience gets the money and the money gets the experience. What does that mean? When you invest in yourself, here's the money, here's the experience. But the experience, there's no really price on that because it's going to take you to the next level. But how did this individual gain that experience? Through trials, through what you just said, right? Some people had to learn the hard way. Then they finally started investing in themselves, yada, yada, yada. There's people that are in their 60s, 70s, 80s, and they're wise, right? But some of the stuff they know or they learned at a later age is stuff that they could have applied in their 20s and 30s. So don't drink the Kool-Aid is something that I've learned. Which means this, just because you have a 100K month, a 40K month, a 20K month, a 20K week, don't think all of a sudden you're not too cool you're too cool to invest in yourself. You're too cool for all of a sudden networking and going places. You're too cool to make a 8-hour drive. See, everybody does it when they're hungry or when there's a level of pain. But what I've started to see from these high level people, such as Albert himself too, is that he still operates at that level because some of the best people that I've surrounded myself with are the people that had it and then they lost it. Something happened, but they take full responsibility. So they never want to be in that place ever again. And even now, I know a lot of people that can retire, but they still work hard, you know?
And smart.
And smart. Even smart.
Yeah, I was about to say
even smart.
There you go, man.
That's coaching. So comment below 100 if you're watching this, if you're agreeing with some of this, or if this is some like legit stuff that you're like, damn, you know?
There we go.
And make sure that you comment the word Guerrero if you're interested on a one-on-one free call with Jonathan here. Or where can they message that Guerrero to what?
You could DM the word Guerrero to Guerreros.podcast. I'll make sure to have the name below so that you can DM me and we could hop on a call.
Yeah,
and definitely definitely get you with some free game.
Yeah.
You know, some good value because
free call.
Yeah.
Talk to him, you know. And then if you want to talk to me, to both of us on the same call, whatever the case is, let us know. Still message him. Him. Like everything goes to him. He will filter everybody out because he needs to make sure that like these people are about it, you know.
Yeah.
Because oftentimes people seek help, but they're not willing to do the work.
And it brings me to another thing that I've learned through my coaching, which is don't let the self-help turn into shelf-help. And man, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about that.
Yeah.
We all grab all this knowledge and we're like, oh yeah, dude, like you can see all my notes, right? And then I'm just gonna close the book and not even think about it again. That's literally you grabbing all this good stuff, all this gold nuggets and putting it away.
Yeah.
What good does that do to you? You just did a good hand exercise.
Yeah.
That's literally all you did. But you want to make sure that you apply, because at the end of the day, man, if anybody's still watching the video up to now, those are the individuals that are definitely going to be, going to that next level to understand that it's not just information that you write down, it's information that you will apply. You definitely apply.
And this whole episode of In the Trenches is to raise the standard of excellence for everybody here, but also to raise the standard of excellence of the energy that people show up. I've already seen the people that have been showing up on this podcast, man. They are real people, bro. This guy does a great job, man. He is extremely blessed to have the type of people he has on his podcast, that he has on his phone, on the contact, that are not only answering his calls, not only answering his text
personal numbers, man,
but like answering like specifically right now in the need. He could literally pick up the phone and call some of these people that people are paying thousands of dollars for one-on-one mentorship. But guess what? How did it happen? He invested in himself. I've invested in myself. And one of the powerful things is when you invest in yourself, you meet other people that have made the same investment, which opens up the possibilities of networking with like-minded people, which saves you a lot of time.
And then, and again, it comes down to this, man. I could have been investing all this money, right, and not taking action on anything. Okay, and the main thing I believe that people or this high individuals are seeing on me is like, hey, man, this guy is definitely applying what I'm telling him. Like the minute they say something, man, why would I not want to apply it? If you tell me, hey, Jonathan, I need you to do this, and it needs to be done by Friday or by Saturday at this time, what have I been doing?
He's been on it, man. He's been consistent Monday through Friday. Even before I got here,
consistency.
Even before I got here, when he was on his way, I said, "Hey, listen, finish your homework because once we start here, it's already going to be the time that he sends it, which is literally
right now."
Preparation, guys. Precision leads to great decisions, which yield great results. All right, I'll say it again. Precision leads to great decisions, which yields great results. And the thing about that is that most people are not operating in their business for precision. They're just all over the place. They're scattered. You gotta niche it down. They say the riches are in the niches.
Let's go. So that's the other thing, man. That's what's been getting me at least more results in bettering myself as far as how I'm doing things. Like I said, we've been in the trenches, man.
Dude,
and getting out of those trenches has been, it's like I'm so freaking deep down there. One of the things that I had to break was smoking weed, right? Weed, I don't down talk on anybody because I know plenty of people that do it, that is their thing. But for me personally, I had to let that go because it's not only affecting my life, it's affecting everybody behind me. Now, what has happened since I did that? I've had a better clear mind, a better purpose of direction more than anything, right? So now we're literally 30 days, like a whole month in, man, and it's not. It's the first couple of weeks. It was like, dude, I need to smoke. Like I need to. Like no, dude, like shut up, man, you don't. Like it's not a need, man. It's you know, it's not something that you need. You were born without it. Why do I need it now, right? But the thing is I've been doing it for about 2 decades, right? So it was a hard habit to let go. And it was not just leaf, man. I was doing wax as well, right? So that was like concentrated THC. Right. The main thing about that is letting go of that habit that had me literally, man, by the freaking, you know, I don't want to say it, but it had me literally by the freaking bleep that, but it had me literally by the balls, man, and I was just like so freaking, man, for lack of vocabulary, man, I was leashed by it, okay, and it was a hard habit to break. Now that we broke it, guess what happened when I walked into this house?
Oh my goodness, I don't even want to know. I don't want to guess.
Let me tell you, as soon as I walk in, man, the smell was here. And we're like, wow, dude, I was like, there's smoke in here, right? And then we walk out, we're exploring the whole Airbnb. They literally left the whole freaking rolled up one right in the freaking porch, like outside. And I'm just like, God, keep testing, bring it. I got it, man. Damn. So the at this point, it's like, wow, did I like that? And I was like, I looked at it as a test. And I'm like, the craving wasn't there. I didn't feel like, dude, it's but still, man, it would be disgusting for me to smoke out of some I don't even know, right? But the fact that it's there, and I'm just like, wow, dude, look at that. We're literally a month in, and they're trying to break it.
Damn. So cancel that. Cancel
all of that.
Here's the thing. So that decision led him to call me, and then he was like, he said he knew already from the very beginning that he. Like when he met me, that it's something that I needed this guy. Dude, it was like divine timing, and that very first call was like in the trenches type of call, like man, inspiration stuff that like happened on that call. And the thing is, like, what is something that you need to break through? That's something for you guys to notice, right? We're gonna talk to both men and women here, but specifically to the men. A lot of the men have substance abuse, pornography abuse, self-service, right? And the thing is, all of that stuff is keeping you at a certain level, right? And ultimately, you need to take responsibility. We talked about it as far as the 4 things that you needed to replace, right? One of the things, talk to them about the one thing that you replaced, as far as at least for self-care or something.
It was basically making sure, we did a little quadrant, right? Making sure that I was taking care of myself in a way that, hey, dude, like I've been working and busting freaking day in, day out to provide, not just for me, because like again, my mission is bigger than me, man. It's for the people behind me, right? But we were, oh man, like see, this is how many notes I've been taking, man.
It's all good.
But let me tell you,
it was a quadrant.
It was a quadrant, and one of the things was taking care of myself, right? Making sure that I gave myself something, making sure that I show myself the type of care and love that I deserve, because I do deserve it. All this time, man, before I met life coach Jesse, man, I was going, like I said, he helped me break through. One of the beliefs that he helped me break through was me not being able to deserve a certain anything. A freaking nice piece of steak. Treating myself to a nice piece of steak, and I was like, man, that's freaking $30. Like, nah, I can't, like, not. Why not?
That's freaking real talk, because check this out. He's already gotten Airbnbs when he travels. He could get the Airbnb, but guess what? It's also simple because it's for your lady, yourself, your kid. So it makes it easier for him to make decisions when it comes for the group. But when it comes to himself, prior to these calls, right? Cancel all of that. Even spending just $30 on a piece of steak for himself. He see, how many of you deal with guilt trips? How many of you, it's much easier to pour onto others and not pour onto yourself? Some of you are empty. It ain't good. And that's why you're empty. And when you're empty, trying to pour onto your business, that business isn't grow. It's not gonna grow. And man, that's some real stuff, because I've literally gone with people to buy something for themselves, and it's like yo, like we're only at Ross, we're at the outlets, like it's like, what's up? Like,
I don't like bragging, right? But at this point, it's not bragging, man. It's just showing the type of commitment that I have to myself. And watch this, man. This is why I'm wearing this.
Damn, that's a nice one.
That's a what do you call it from Mexico? La moneda de oro. It's dude, I forgot it, but okay. I'll remember it, man. But it's a Mexican coin, man. It's a $50 peso gold coin.
That's gold for sure.
That's gold, dude.
That's for sure.
This is plata, right?
Uh-huh.
Right, plata and gold. But I'm not doing this to show it off. That's why I'm keeping it in mind, because it's for me, right? But I'm just to show you that, hey, I do deserve this. I work hard, and not because I work hard, but because everything that I've done up to now has led me to know that I deserve everything that's coming my way.
And break through that. Repeat after me. Cancel that.
Cancel that.
Cancel all of that.
Cancel all of that.
You are worthy. That's the one. You are worthy. See, oftentimes when people, there's a lot of people out there thinking that they deserve this, they deserve that, they deserve this, they deserve that. Hey man, we're not here to argue, but check yourself if it comes from a place of entitlement. But when it comes from worthiness, from worthy, you already have it there.
Yeah,
when you are worthy, it's from a place that humble. And let me tell you something, you can be successful in business being humble. And there are people that are at a level of success that other people, they freaking look at them and they're like, oh, that person's not humble. They're the most giving people. It's just they know where to give. They know who to give to. You know, the 80-20 rule, they value their time. So if you're watching this again, I keep on repeating it because it's with urgency. That's one thing we talk about often, urgency. So talk to them about the power of urgency. What is urgency?
Urgency is you having, for me, my urgency, right, it's making sure that I get my pops and my moms and my family out of the current situation that we're in. The urgency there, and I was literally just talking with that with one of my colleagues as well, man. I was like, dude, my urgency is more than just mine. It's for, like I keep saying, it's for everyone behind me. Because if I work fast enough and I work with urgency, which is me moving through everything, even if there's hardships, struggles, like, dude, that's everywhere. But for me, the urgency is to make sure that I reach a certain level, which is why I'm investing in certain individuals that I know are going to help me get there faster.
And if you're watching this, like, it's an ecosystem that's happening here, you know. He ended up finding out about the mastermind group by somebody he met through the 5K investment that he did with Albert Preciado, and he was signing up to join the next Infinite Growth Expo, which we're gonna put all the information there. Go check it out. And it directed him to the mastermind group because it wasn't updated, which is a great thing, you know. See, that's the thing. Sometimes life happens, and guess what? He said, okay, and he drove from San Francisco to the mastermind, not knowing, just only meeting Nestor. But guess what ended up happening? Then he ended up meeting me. He ended up meting Jonathan, the other Jonathan.
Oh, dude, that guy.
Dude, and he saw his speak as far as he's operating at $1 million gross. Even at 5 million, taking it to the next level.
To the next 10 million.
And that's the thing, man. You just never know how things are going to happen, how God is going to bless you, but you got to take action and you got to have urgency. See, that's the thing, because when you have urgency, you're able to not just recognize the opportunity, but seize it with urgency. Like, because you realize, like, oh snap, you better take action now. And this is why I've been a huge advocate. Like, hey, if investing in Albert for 5K worked, well, why not invest at the next level? Vice versa. So because he already has his team, and see, loyalty is very important, especially like where we come from, our upbringing. Because let me tell you something, man, dude, like, yo, betrayal is real. How many of you have experienced betrayal in dating or betrayal in business partnerships, betrayal in a lot of things, man? Let me tell you something. As much as I don't want to say it's part of life, it's part of life. But what did I say? When money meets experience and experience meets the money gets the experience and the experience gets the money, man. But in this case, it's very important you're mindful of who you surround yourself. And I think loyalty is one of the things that I value the most aside from faith, because, man, dude, it's rare these days. There's a lot of vultures out there, guys. Everywhere. There's a lot of vultures.
And sometimes it comes within the family, y'all, because let me tell you something. With me, my situation is I've had all the support of the family. Blessed for, like this man says, and I'm extremely blessed. Even more blessed than what I thought I was initially, right? Because at first I thought I was like, oh, everyone's against me. Well, yeah, because they didn't see me putting in the work. They see me like, oh, I'm gonna stop smoking weed, right? And then you have Jonathan smoking weed the next day. Like, I thought you said you were gonna quit, man. What happened? So not only did I shoot myself in the foot in the sense that, hey, dude, like I don't believe you no more. Right? I don't believe you no more. But now they see that I'm trying. They see that I'm doing what I'm doing, and they see that I'm actually keeping my word. They see that I'm pushing every day. So I'm blessed, man, to have a family that's being supportive. I have my mom here today. I have my wife. I have my kid. Dude, back home, my dad's taking care of some work, helping me with the business, right? So the fact that we have family that, or like I said, for myself, I don't have that, right? It took me a minute to realize it, but there's within the family, you have people that are attacking you, man, that tell you, oh no, dude, why you even try? Like, dude, don't go to that next level. Like, why are you even driving those 7 hours? That's a waste of time. Well, I wasted time to them, right?
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to get to is sometimes that animosity, man, comes from within your own group, you know. So that's why you gotta kind of separate yourself. Not necessarily saying I don't like you, I don't love you. You just gotta put yourself in places to meet certain high-level individuals to get you to where you want to get to.
And this is where I say, cancel that.
Cancel all of that.
Cancel all of that. So what is that? Well, man, here's the thing, man. Misery likes company. And sometimes certain people, there's 4 types of people, guys. This is like, if you get anything from this, get this wisdom. There are 4 types of people. The people that want to see you do good, but they don't want to see you do better than them. Cut those people out, man. Cut those people out. Why even bother? But the thing is, a lot of people keep those people around because they don't want to be alone, and they like having company, you know. Let me tell you, you got to be okay being by yourself, because you'd rather have one quality person in your life, one loyal person, one person that's going to pick up the phone or that is even calling you, than to have these people that the second you start seeing doing good, all of a sudden they turn on you. You eliminate those people, right?
Right now, like you mentioned, you want to change that group of people that you're surrounding yourself, man, which is why I got a whole new number. I only kept my business number. Got a whole new number. That new phone, man, is filled with these individuals like yourself, Albert Preciado, Sil Preciado, Jonathan Rodriguez, like all these people, man, that are already making big moves, man. And it's not, like I said, it's not about the money. It's never about the money. It's about the wisdom that they're willing to share with me. That's definitely pushing me, man. Just investing in the 5K mastermind, definitely meeting Nestor Gutierrez on there, man, and not even knowing that he was a 10X coach, man. Like that was, you know, at the time.
So now he's a 10X coach. And see, that's the people that we surround ourselves with, people that are continuing to invest in themselves. And listen, everybody's in a different journey. And the one thing is, be mindful how you treat people, because you never know who you're talking to, man. Man, dude, I've talked to people selling elotes on the street, and they tell me, hey, how could they invest their $20,000 into real estate? Can they qualify? They got 20K, you know? So be mindful how you treat people, whether it's a custodian and stuff. And man, dude, I've seen people, like, I'm like, really? Like, that's how you're gonna talk to people, you know? But hey, it's out of our hands. So cancel that, cancel all of that. What's something else on your notes?
Well, one of the things that stuck to me, man, is and we're going back to being caring for your own self, is having having an apple a day, not 7 apples not on Sunday. Yeah. That thing hit hard, because it's like, dude, we want to do. We want to treat ourselves at the end. We're like, dude, we're trying to pour all this into ourselves. Like, at that point, you're already tired, you're exhausted, you're stressed, and you don't even feel like you deserve it. In a sense that you're already giving yourself so much at once. That's like, damn, why did I even do that? You know. So make sure that whatever you do, man, you do what we call what he's been teaching me is dial into yourself, and the fact that, hey, treat yourself every so often, but don't freaking do it all at once, because then, like, for myself, that's where I felt the guilt trips, man. That's where I felt the downfall for me, because it was like, dude, I'm over here trying to have a steak every day of the week when I could have been having like one a week, you know, or one every so often, not just freaking taking care of myself on a Sunday. Like, oh, dude, come on, man.
Yeah. Celebrate the wins. And here's the thing, man. Let's keep it 100, man. For us, man, like, dude, like, no one, like, most of us, we don't celebrate our achievements. We don't get recognized for a lot of the things that we're doing. It's like, no one's, like, think about it this way. On Mother's Day, and this is not to bash anybody, but think about it this way, ladies and gentlemen, especially the ladies, if you're watching this and you have a man that you're dating or you're married to that's in business, be mindful of this. On Mother's Day, everybody sets up all the stands, every single corner. Dude, like, every corner has a stand, flowers, teddy bears and stuff. Father's Day, no, it's empty, dude. Like, I mean, I could say it here because I have a lot of people that I know that have kids and that are married. All they do is get a pair of socks. Right?
Man,
like, hey, man, here's the thing. And not to discredit that, but it's just amazing how like they talk about men's mental health, but like, yo, dude, like
it's only talking. They're not really taking it serious.
They ain't even serious, man. This is why we call this episode "In the Trenches," because all you need is a real one. And for those people that grew up in humbly beginnings, let's just say that, like Jonathan and I, it's like, dude, like real ones recognize real ones, you know. And then I want to say there is no struggle right now in my life. It's good, man. It's all gravy right now because I ain't nowhere near where I used to be, where I got all the information. I got the right people. I got the wisdom. I got results in my life. I got the systems. I got business partnerships. Most importantly, I have a relationship with God. And I think that's like one thing about me. Anybody that's watching this, listen, God can fill any of your voids, man. And I just want to keep it 100 because if you get to meet me, you'll lead it in prayer. Like you'll see me pray often. I've been there for people. We've been there on prayer calls, man. And like, listen, that's sometimes all you can do is just pray. And if you're watching this,
it's powerful.
If you're gonna worry, don't pray. And if you're gonna pray, don't worry. And that's a word that I told you to eliminate.
Yep, that's what I'm gonna say right now.
You understood? You got it.
Right now that you say that, let me touch base on that because a lot of I just had a recent episode with my Bella Cepeda, which it's on YouTube. I'll put the link up. She was saying that word so often. She's like, I went to this big event for financial services, right? They threw this big event, and she was like, oh yeah, man, they mentioned the W word a lot, and I was like, I'm gonna ask you to not use that word and instead replace it with concern. Because being concerned is gonna erase awareness that you need to make a change into the right direction, man. So being worried, so cancel that. That W word,
don't say it, but it's alright. We'll talk about it.
No, that's what I said. Cancel that. Cancel all that. Don't use it. Don't use it. It's. I'm a big believer that words have a big impact on how you function throughout your day. There's about 4 words that that I'm definitely slowly removing.
And you've been good at this past few days. Like you've been good. He just said the W word, but he didn't mean to say it, but he said it anyway. So we'll talk about that.
No, I meant to say it so that I can say it.
But he still said it. But who cares? We care.
We care.
Cancel that.
Cancel that. I'm saying that for the audience, but this is how serious we take it.
This is the accountability right here because it's like you gotta have somebody that cares enough for your breakthrough, but that knows where you're going, right? So one thing that we talked about, like the worthiness. Okay, check this out. Here's another one. There was something that happened. We're not going to go into detail here because it's a little bit personal. But recently, a specific person reached out to him, and this is somebody that, man, he used to have a tumor in his head, and he got it removed, and he's a cancer survivor, right? We'll leave it at that. This guy reached out to him. He provided so much value on that call to help him in his upstart business. And what did he say he wanted to do for you?
Dude, he was so grateful that he was like, hey, man, when you were out here today, he's like, let's meet up, man. I want to buy you lunch, or like I'll take you and your lady out to have something to eat, or I'll take you to he's like, I'll even get you free tickets to this park or to this amusement park. And I was like, dude, like the level of gratefulness and commitment that guy has to understand that there was a lot of value to get him to that next level, to understand like, okay, now this is what I need to do. And for him to offer to buy me lunch, because I love to eat, man. And I was like, I'm skinny, but I'll eat, man. For people to understand that when you get value and it comes out of you to give something, as we call it, to tithe, right? Is another thing, right? So it's not necessarily tithing to me, but the stuff that he's doing for me, man, it's like it's making sure that I keep going so that I can keep providing more value, meeting more people, So that alone was a show of appreciation.
And that's the thing. The high level quality people, it doesn't matter. It does matter, but listen, financially where they're at, they still operating as high value people. When somebody is saying, hey, here you go, they want to take care of you because hey, don't deny their blessings. That's something that I had to learn. So did you say yes to any of the things?
No, I actually DM. I was like, dude,
so
dude,
yes?
I said yes.
Okay, that's
so the only thing we gotta do is just schedule something, right?
Yeah. So
with my man.
Yeah. So see, he said yes. So that's him applying the blessing because he's like, whoa, that's out of like nowhere. He wasn't a consultation. He wasn't any of that. And listen, you never know when business is going to come from. You never know where the blessing is going to come from, right? But man, what a heck of a story, you know. And there's more to that story. We'll talk about it in another episode. But man, if you're watching this right now, and if you want to get on his podcast, send him, DM him the word Guerrero. If you want one-on-one mentorship from him, DM him the word Guerrero. If you want to work on an offer that we'll create for you, both of us, on that one offer, DM him the word Guerrero. And if this was a heck of an episode for you, and you want to see a part 2, or if you want to meet us in person, this house is perfect to host. I think we're gonna make it happen. Dude, I think we gotta make it happen. You know, it's good to host like a little master class, a 1 day type of thing with specific people that. You must be subscribed to his channel. Sure. You must DM him the word Guerrero. And most importantly, I want you to DM him why is it that you want to show up to the mastermind that we're going to be hosting. Because, listen, we want people with urgency. We want people that actually care about this and that value it. Because, man, those are the right people. Anything else?
I want people that take action.
People that, we want people that take massive action. Thank you.
Oh,
bro.
Dude, that right
there's a freaking difference.
Massive action.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, man, I also had some call with some people that definitely asked for all this advice, and I put that sense of urgency and I asked, hey, give me a date, tell me by when, and they feel it, and that is intimidating for a lot of people in the sense that oh crap, I never felt this. So if you're ready, man, if you're ready to at least step to that next level, DM me the word Guerrero. I got you covered. As you can see, even Life Coach Jesse over here willing to hop on this, man.
Yes.
It's a blessing for him to even be able to be here and take some of his valuable time to share all this information. Everything he literally shared, I pay for it. And I'm not here charging you, dude. Yeah. I'm not even charging you. This is a free YouTube video, right?
All we ask you is subscribe, tag some people, and you know what? We'll do a raffle. We'll do a raffle. To anybody that tags 3 people on this podcast on YouTube and on Instagram, right? And that you repost it and tag his podcast, we'll do a raffle. Well, you'll get a 1 hour call, 1 hour call with him and a 1 hour call with me for free. It won't expire until within 12 months from when we do the raffle, because we want to create urgency, but we're giving you 12 months to use those 2 calls whenever. So make sure you tag 3 people and then repost this and tag him. And let me tell you something. Even if one person does that, let me tell you, I've been there where I was the only one that does something because I was in need. And what do we say? Closed mouths don't get fed.
That's right. Oh, man.
Listen, man.
Why would I leave that one out?
No, but this is the main thing. Guys, closed mouths don't get fed. Let's talk about this. Sometimes people don't think they're worthy, so therefore they don't ask. Sometimes people have this idea, this limiting belief that, they're going to ask a not so smart question. Cancel that, cancel all of that. Ask it anyways. Sometimes you have somebody right there that you invested in, or maybe you invest in a big seminar and you see the person that you wanted to speak to. Go approach them. Go give them your business card. Go ask for their number. Go ask them if they want to be on a podcast with you. You just never know. Closed mouths don't get fed. And the reason why the blessings keep happening, aside from God, is because we're asking. We're like, hey, man, none of this. Listen, rejection is part of the thing, and I don't even see it as rejection. I just okay, cool. It wasn't. Hey, it's all timing. It wasn't the right time, or maybe it wasn't the right person. But see, perspective drives performance. Talk about closed mouths don't get fed.
Hey, so that's one of the things that's definitely gotten me to where I am today, because one of the things I always ask is for certain information that's gonna help me get not necessarily what I need, but where I need to get to. So
closed mouths don't get fed. See, these ideas come. I give God all the glory, and opportunities happen because, man. Tell us what you thought about this podcast. Tell us the feedback. Maybe we because 2 is better than 1, depending on what you're talking about, right? We cancel all of that. But here's the thing: if you want to go fast, go by yourself. If you want to go far, go with people. Go with a team, a wolf pack. And if you're watching this, we want to invite you to the Guerrero wolf pack per se, right? That sounds pretty bad. That sounds pretty. It rings pretty good. There it is. So see, the ideas are already flowing here. So if you would like to join us on a private, just 5 to 10 people, like a Guerrero podcast like this, where we're gonna provide a lunch, right? We'll provide lunch. We'll take you all to dinner together. Hit them up. We'll give you all the details. Man, this was a blessing being here. It was a powerful episode number 1. There's going to be plenty of episodes coming, guys. If you're watching this, wherever you're at in life, 1, you're never alone. I want to tell you, you're never alone. 2, things are going to get better. 3, continue to trust in God. And 4th, remember that enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey, because along the journey, the tears, the sweat, the negative overdrafts, the negative accounts, the credit cards, the repos. Comment below if you got into repo on your business. I'll raise my hand, man. I got a freaking repo, bro. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. It was one of the best things that could happen. Like, take that thing, because now I don't have to focus on that payment. I'm just focused on this, you know.
So part of the journey, man.
Listen, guys, you got to commit. And the thing is, it's like, right now it is 10:18 p.m. This guy has not slept since whatever. I arrived here from an event.
4 hours of sleep.
Phone calls, text message, events. We got the mastermind this Thursday. So within 18 hours, then we have a great dinner with people that are going to open up chapters, etc. And it's just like, we're still here. And see, oftentimes people want full-time results of business, but they only put 2 hours a day, 4 hours a day in business. Listen, there's levels to this game. Well, depending on where you're at, you got to put in the time. You got to get those reps in.
That's right.
Just like getting closed mouths don't get fed. Get the reps in. If you're watching this, man, you did the best. You did yourself a service of, as far as, and cancel all of that. You did yourself something today where you're like, wow. And I wanted to record this episode at this time at nighttime for all the people that are awake at this time, for all the people that are going through something, that maybe they're dealing with something and they're awake at this time, and then boom, they bump into this episode. Or for all the people that are like us, that, hey man, we put in the hours in the business, we invest in ourselves, we'll be awake at this time. You're one of us. You're one
Especially
of us.
if you stay till right now, man. If you're literally still watching to right now and you're thinking, like, they're about to end it. Hey, like I said, episode 2, episode 3, we're about to find out what's about to happen, man.
Yeah, comment below all the questions, guys. It was a blessing being here. May God continue to increase and multiply your finances. Nothing but blessings over your health. Any last words for the people?
Keep an abundance mindset. That abundance mindset.
Dude, this is Real Talk with Life Coach Jesse.
And Jonathan. Solis.
Real talk, and we weren't even supposed to be here from where we're like, hey, let's go.
And one thing I want to ask you, what does being a guerrero mean to you, Coach?
Oh, that's a good question. Is that your podcast question?
Yes, it is. Every I'm not gonna end it until you answer that one, man.
Let's go. So for to me, what it means, I'll speak English. What it means to be a warrior, okay? What it means to be a warrior, you gotta keep fighting. I don't want to go Sylvester Stallone, like it ain't about how hard you could hit, but it's about how hard you kept getting hit and keep moving forward. It ain't about how many times you fall down, but how many times you get back up. So being a warrior, to me, it means being a leader, leading by example. Sometimes it's gonna come in time where, like, you know, there's a times that you have no. It comes down to the time that you even have no hope, man. No hope. It's dark. The darkest of the darkest. And I'm cussing here, excuse my language, but I really want to drive I want to drive the point here. Dude, dark times when you're like hungry, when you don't even know how it's gonna be, but you know that you're gonna make it out because God has your back, because you know you just got it. Like, you ain't going back. There's nothing to go back to. Why would you want to go back? Being a word to me means like you definitely have faith and you take massive action. Philippians 4:13 says, I can do all things through God who strengthens me. I remember when I was it says, like most people got to put, I think 12,000 hours to become a master at something. So I said, okay, let me get those reps in. There was a time that I was sleeping at the office. I think in 2017, 2018. So here's the thing. I said, okay, time is money. So if I drive home, that's 45 minutes and it's already 2 a.m., 1 a.m. I'm like, yo, like I need to put in the freaking hours here. I need to get quality sleep. So I would sleep in the office, right? And I said, okay, cool. I have meal prepped already. I had a fridge right there. I had a microwave at the office. I would go to the gym, take a shower, work out, and then keep doing it again. I would do 3 days in a row, sleeping at the office, wake up, and then business, make the calls, get the reps, make the contests, go on live, social media, etc. Go back home, maybe rest 2 days, whatever the case is, meal prep, go back to the office, right? And I remember at the time I didn't have the car that I have now. And by the way, it's not a Lamborghini, right? But it's like I would still go on dates with girls. Man, let me tell you something. There's women out there. This is for all the bros out there. Shout out to all the real women who are in the trenches. Back to in the trenches. Shout out to the real ones right there. Shout out to the real girls, the real girlfriends, the real wives. And listen, ladies, if you're watching this and if at some point you were a real one to the wrong guy, don't let that prevent you from continue being a real one, a ride or die, because real men like us, we appreciate that, man. We remember because we're loyal, dude. It's just like, loyalty, I know, there's a loyalty. And I remember there was girls that said they don't even care about that because all they care about is me. They care about the heart. They care about where I'm going. They believe in me, man. And it goes back to the message that I said, like, dude, sometimes it just takes one. And I remember, man, sometimes I had that car of a bucket. Man, I would still work out. I look good. I dress good. I talk good. I would park my car. How many of you guys can relate? Parking your car away so people don't see it. I would park it away. And interesting enough, how as I was getting to my car, the same people that I was hanging out with, they would park next to me or something. I'm like, fuck. All right, cool, blah, blah, blah. You know, but being a warrior means like, that didn't matter to me in the end. That didn't matter because I knew it was temporary. So having that warrior mentality means you understanding that certain things are temporary and that you're going to wish you had more stories like that. You're going to wish you had more stories because it makes you relatable. It makes you human. And we look back, you called me, well, we talked on the phone and you talked about how you found your notebook. Remember that?
Oh, man, that was 10 years ago.
So 10 years ago, he found a notebook where all the notes and where, like, it didn't start then, but of course, that was a pivotal time of his life. See, and that's what I want you to understand. Being a warrior means that there's going to be a lot of pivotal times, of pivotal moments. Who do you get to be? We talked about that. Who do you get to be? What is your intention? So make sure you warrior that out. Guerrero, you know, you gotta, it's something, it's a way of life on a day-to-day basis, moment to moment. Yeah. Even on this podcast, we're both showing up here, warrioring that issue.
And we're still gonna, even after this ends, we still gotta show up after this. And you know, I don't know what schedule Coach Jesse got, but let me tell you something. After this, I'm gonna have to get this whole footage, put it in the computer, send it, and not necessarily edit it, but put it all together and send it over, which takes some time, man. And through that time, I'm gonna be doing that and listening to something else.
I'm gonna be listening to something else too. Like, I still gotta complete what I gotta complete on a daily basis by a certain time. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that because I'm on the clock right now. I got like 30 minutes before completing. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Return over here. We're gonna be working. So if you're watching this, thank you so much. Thank you to everybody that subscribes. And I wanna say thank you to the first few hundred, like 100 subscribers on this.
I am thankful and grateful for you.
Comment right now. We'll know who you are and we'll remember. Because listen, people like us, we remember the people that were there for us when they were supporting. And the thing is, like we talked about, lone wolves out here, you know, we're part of a wolf pack. So right now, the few hundred people that are watching, thank you so much. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to him, right? I can only speak for myself, but I know it means a lot to him.
Thankful and grateful, man.
Because in 12 months, this could be at 1,000, at 10,000, at 100,000, at 1 million plus subscribers. And listen, all those people are joining to be part of the journey, but there's nothing like the people that you started off with in the trenches. So God bless, take care.
Thank you. Go. So Guerreros, let's go. That was a beautiful one, man.